Hey everybody, good afternoon. It's Monday, June 1st. And I just want to do a quick update video on the Rooster Run because that's where there have been some big changes. Today actually I just integrated 15 roosters. I had 9 in one of these decompression chambers, I call them, where they can, sorry, it's like the weatherman, they can see the other roosters in the run, and the other roosters in the run can see them, but they can't hurt each other. And then I had some in the decompression chamber attached to the lodge, which is there. And there were 6 in there and 9 in the other one. They've been in there for one group 3 weeks. 3 weeks, because every time I let them out previously, they would immediately run and hop over the electric fencing and run back into the garden. So I really wanted to not fully integrate them until I'd made some big changes. So let me talk about the changes, and I'll also flip the camera around so you can see some of the interactions going on right now. There are a few squabbles going on, but the guys will work it out. And this is why I do it this way, because you can't just throw a rooster in with 30 others and expect it to go well for the new guy. So let me show you what's what. So my niece was up this weekend, and we were able to get about 2/3 of the new fence done for the Rooster Run. So we've now got 6-foot fencing, which should drastically cut down on the guys who I would literally just open the door to that decompression chamber after they've been in there for 7 days, 10 days, 14 days. There were a couple of them, they would run right out over the electronet fencing, which is only about this high, jump over that, and then run off into the garden and harass the hens over there or destroy veggie rows. So finally was able to integrate these 15, and I've watched a couple of them try and make the jump and they can't do it. So thumbs up for that. We didn't complete it though. We ran out of materials, but we've got 6-foot fencing around, like I said, about 2/3 of it. So let me show you what's going on since I opened the gate, or the doors to the decompression chambers. This Moran, juvenile Moran, is sorting things out, figuring out his place in the pecking order with this Rhode Island Red. But there were 5 black copper Morans, surplus, I hate to use that term, but just juveniles. They need to distinguish themselves first. Gosh, look at them. They've got beautiful long backs. These guys are really good. But they're going to live here in the Rooster Run. And I know there is a black Longshan running around in here. Angelo, I'm a little concerned about him just because Longshans, especially from this breeder, tend to be exceedingly gentle. So I want to make sure that Angelo is not somewhere getting his clock cleaned. These 2 guys are sorting it out. Looks like Hootman, who's an olive egger, and Whiting True Blue Roo. They're gonna work it out, and you'll see, there's squabbles going on in here. But a lot of it is just kind of fronting, frilled necks. But allowing them all to see each other for a week or longer, I think really does make a big difference. There's still going to be squabbles, but they're not as bad. So, this is what it looks like when roosters fight. And if it escalates to a really troubling point, where there's blood, I will intervene. So here's a Rhode Island Red trying to figure out what Angelo is up to. Hey, Angelo. This was Angelo's house for about 7 days. But yeah, you can see he's definitely going to be low on the totem pole. He's a beautiful boy. I would like to eventually put him with a flock. But for the time being, he's got to live with these guys. So with these 15 extra roos, sorry, I'm just watching. Jump. We're probably up to about 45, close to 50 roosters here in the Rooster Run. I have feed on these boards, feed plates, whatever you want to call them, feed boards, out there and there and there and in there and in there. and back there with more water, and back there, and over there. So I'm trying to really reduce, feed pressure. I need to add some more waterers, but I definitely don't want there to be squabbling because there's not food to be had for everyone. Let me see. But in general, it's pretty good. So you can see where we did have the existing electronet fencing that they've been behind for a while. And that was the perimeter. Now I've started taking it down. The perimeter on this thing, it's about 100 feet that way. And when we measured this off, it's like 45. So that is, 45 times 100 is 4,500 square feet for the run for these guys, which I think is pretty good. They live under the mulberry tree, which is fruiting. This is the shady side, so it's not quite as many, but it's started dropping fruit. When I find rotten ones, I just shake them loose, and the guys find them. So they've got the mulberry tree. I planted hazelnuts in here for them. There's a persimmon tree that I planted for them. I added a pear tree. They're not going to bear this year, but in 3 to 4 years, the lads will have a little something extra. There was already an apple tree in here. It's already got apples set. They'll ripen later this fall, but and I don't know if they're crab apples or not. I didn't pay a lot of attention to this last year, but they have a bunch of different structures they can go in. Here's one of the pear trees I planted for them. I'm setting up a grape arbor here for them. This is Le Chateau, which is available to them. It's a 4x16 in there with plenty of roosting space for them to get in, get out of the rain and the weather. They have the Quonset hut, the hoop house there that they can run into as well. You can see the old perimeter. Ran out of fencing there and ran out of fencing on that corner. I think another 100-foot roll of the 6-foot welded wire will get it done. Like I said, it's about 45 feet that way. That actually looks more like 60 feet. It's going to be close, but I'm going to put another gate down here, so that might help me bridge the gap. But this is the Rooster Run. This is where the lads have. They've also got another structure there where they can hop in. All the structures have roosts in them, so that there's no competition for roosts. You already saw the lodge in the back. But at this point, after just integrating new guys, what I'm doing is running around and looking sure and making that no one is being super bullied, and certainly not bullied to death. When I first started this, there were a few incidents where that happened. And that's incredibly heartbreaking. And it still happens where they will pick on 1 or 2 guys, especially at magic hour, which is like around, I don't know, an hour and a half to an hour or so, maybe 2 hours before sunset. The roosters who are integrated with flocks of hens are, I don't know what else to say, but they're just super horny. And they really step up their mating activity during magic hour. And the same thing happens over here with the roosters. They pick a couple guys who are super low on the totem pole, and they just mercilessly, try to ride them, peck them quite a bit. That's not Crooked-Toe. That is that Buzz? Well, Crooked-Toe is in here somewhere, and his back is getting quite bare from where the other guys are just really abusing him. But, they can hop into low-lying branches on the trees. They got plenty of shade. They've got plenty of sun. There's room to make their own dust baths. I'm getting ready to plant squash and corn out here and sunflowers along the perimeter. So I'll be able to chuck some, ears and other stuff in there. I'll probably grow some cucumbers as well. Keep them hydrated in the summer. But this is, I guess this is an update on the Rooster Run. Hi, Maird. Most of them have names, and I know them. Oh, hey, dude. All the Rhode Island Reds don't necessarily have a name. That's 55. That's Millhouse. There's Angelo. There's that's either Thunder, Lightning, or who's the other one? I can't remember his name now. There's two of those guys, but there's Flops. Flops is the #1 escape artist. He is already looking for a way out. There's Colonel, like popcorn, not original recipe. There's Rye, Martin, Buzz, Hootman, Buckley, Bosco, Curioso, hey guys, Black Jacques Shellac, Pumpkin, who else is that? Azada, Ranger, who else is back there? Sven. Anyhow. Oh, there's Ranger. I was mistaken. And oh, poor guy. Hey, Angelo, it's okay. So they've got the tall grass that they can run into as well. You know, they've got hidey holes, but hopefully I have some friends who are going to be available this week, and they can help me get this finished, which would be wonderful. And hopefully none of these guys decide to make the great escape that way. Okay. All right. I got to get back to work. There's only so many hours in the day. All right. Talk to y'all later. As always, questions, helpful comments, anything like that are welcome. Just post below. Thank you so much. Take care.